Hello everyone, today we're going to talk about the planet Jupiter. Jupiter is the fifth planet that closest to the Sun, the largest planet in the solar system. It is a gas giant. It is also the start of the Jovian planets. Jupiter is very big. If you want to know how big Jupiter is, I can explain it for you. The diameter of Jupiter is 139,820 kilometers. Jupiter is also very massive. It is 2 times massiver than the Earth. The gravity of Jupiter is 24.79 meters per second square. The distance between Jupiter to the Sun is 759.56 million kilometers. It is also equal to 5.2 million kilometers. That is okay if you guys don't know what Jovian means. Jovian is a word that simplifies the planet Jupiter. It is really get rid of the words except J and then put some OVIAN. That's called Jovian planets. Jupiter's diameter is very unbelievable. Jupiter's diameter is equal to 11 Earth's diameters. It can also fit 1,300 Earths inside. Wow, how unbelievable it is! Jupiter is such a large container for our planet Earth. The most famous thing about Jupiter is the Great Red Spot. The Great Red Spot of Jupiter is stayed on Jupiter for 1 century. During the time when Jupiter keeps rotating around the Sun, the Great Red Spot is getting smaller and smaller. In more than 1 million years ago, Jupiter's Great Red Spot can fit 3 Earths inside, but it's getting smaller and smaller. It can only fit 1 Earth, include 1 dwarf planet inside. Okay, if you want to come to visit what does Jupiter looks like inside and have interest about Jupiter's gases, you don't even need to be excited to see, because Jupiter's gravity is very large. Jupiter is massive. Jupiter can use its strong gravitational field to suck you up and you will quickly become a dust. Jupiter is such a blender planet in the solar system. Jupiter has 79 natural satellites. It is called Io, Europa, Ganymede, and Callisto. They are the first 4 natural satellites of Jupiter. They are all discovered by the astronomer Galileo Galilei. Ganymede is the largest natural satellite of Jupiter. It is larger than the smallest planet in the solar system, Mercury. Mercury's gravity is way larger than Io, but the distance is much smaller than Io. The diameter of Ganymede is 5,268.2 kilometers. But the gravity of Ganymede is way smaller than our moon as well. It is the only natural satellite of our Earth. Scientists believe life might be possible on Ganymede because in the second layer of Ganymede, it has salty water ocean, and in the third layer of Ganymede, it has an ice layer. So life might be possible, isn't it? Io is the scariest natural satellite of Jupiter because there are 150 active volcanoes on the surface of Io. Yellow atmosphere with magma tied on Io. Io is the 4th largest natural satellite in the solar system. The 3rd largest natural satellite of the planet Jupiter. The diameter of Io is 3,643 kilometers. The gravity of Io is a little bit larger than our natural satellite Moon. It is 1.796 meters per second square. It is larger than the fifth natural satellite in the solar system. Oh yes, one thing I missed about Ganymede. Ganymede is the largest natural satellite of Jupiter, also the largest natural satellite in the solar system. Europa is another natural satellite that life might be possible because Europa has a layer of ice on the first layer of Europa, and it has a layer of ocean on the second layer of Europa. Europa is the sixth natural satellite in the solar system. Smaller than the moon of Earth, the diameter of Europa is 3,121.6 kilometers, and the gravity of Europa is 1.315 meters per second square. Callisto is the second largest natural satellite of Jupiter, also the third largest natural satellite in the solar system. It is larger than Luna, but smaller than the planet Mercury. The diameter of Callisto is 4,820.6 kilometers, and the gravity of Callisto is 1.236 meters per second square. Life might be possible on Callisto as well, because Callisto there are 4 layers covered by ice and 1 layer covered by ocean. Now we have to know the essential information about the planet Jupiter. The angle of Jupiter's own axis is 3 degrees, so Jupiter doesn't have atmosphere as well. The rotational period of Jupiter is completely equals to 10 hours. And the orbital period of Jupiter is very long, it's 12 Earth years. Now we have to talk about the interior structure of Jupiter. Jupiter is a gas giant, but it's made by 5 layers as well. The 5 layers of Jupiter are way different compared to our Earth. They're called clouds, gaseous hydrogen, liquid hydrogen, metallic hydrogen, and a rocky inner core. There's a lot of people saying Jupiter is a gas giant, but why Jupiter has a rocky inner core? It should be everywhere on Jupiter covered by gas, not a rock. That is a big issue. This is because the rocky inner core of Jupiter is the magnetic field of Jupiter. Jupiter needs the magnetic field to protect Jupiter's gas and keep Jupiter's gas. The magnetic field is very important. If Jupiter doesn't have the rocky inner core, Jupiter will quickly gone, because when the solar wind blow Jupiter, Jupiter will gone forever. So that is why the solid inner core is so important. Alright guys, hope you like my YouTube channel and subscribe my YouTube channel. Bye. Have a nice day.